the show, guys. Got an exciting one here for you. 10 bold predictions for fantasy football 2022. I'm excited about this episode. And when I do bold predictions, they typically come true. I'm super excited about this one because some of these bold predictions are actually very viable. They actually could happen. So yeah, Joe's making bold predictions, but hey, let's think about these for a second. Maybe they could actually come true. Last year was a bold prediction. I said, hey, Najee Harris ahead of Christian McCaffrey. I knew it was viable. I knew it was going to happen, but everybody was like, let's put this guy in a straitjacket. He's crazy. You got to be crazy a little bit. You got to be outside the box. You got to think outside the box. You got to just not follow the herd. That's how you're going to win your fantasy leagues, guys. You got to think outside the box. So 10 bold predictions in this episode. Excited to dive in. Now, before I do, I always add value. Today, I'm featuring the body wash and shampoo. I'm going to show you guys. This is amazing. Manscaped.com. Go treat yourself. Now, some people are like, well, I don't need the trimmer right now. I like having a hairy bush. I like having a hairy back. That's fine. But you got to at least you got to smell fresh if you're hairy. So manscaped.com, use code SHOWERLINE20. Try the body wash. Try the shampoo and conditioners. These smell amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And the cool thing about them, guys, they're dye-free, they're gluten-free, they're paraben-free, alcohol-free, cruelty-free. They've got It's natural, guys. It's good for you. So go try the manscaped.com. Use code SHOWERLINE20. I only represent brands and products that I genuinely believe in. I wouldn't want to represent something I don't like and I don't believe in. So manscaped.com, they've got amazing products. Showerline20, go treat yourself. Secondly, guys, very, very important, guys, get the 16-round draft solution. First ever and only video training, optimal players to draft in each round, sleepers, breakouts, everything you need, 16 rounds. Go get it, guys. I implore you guys, you will be very, very happy. Get 60 rounds. You will dominate your leagues. Light years ahead of the competition. Draft kits are dead. Anyone selling you a draft kit should be out of business. Anyone selling you an outdated magazine, out of business, all right? 16 rounds is the game changer. You will genuinely win your leagues, all right? New to the channel, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's dive into these 10 bold predictions. Let's dive in here. First bold prediction. I'm going to get right into it. Let me know in the comments below. Drop some bold predictions that you guys have. Let's dive in. Let's make it interactive. First bold prediction, Brandon Cooks, who's sitting 17th on the consensus rankings, who's a wide receiver 1 on his team, will finish with more fantasy points by the end of the year than Tyreek Hill, who's sitting 8th amongst wide receivers on the consensus rankings. Maybe 7th, maybe higher for some fantasy consensus magazines. Now, listen, I like Tyreek Hill's talent. I like them with the Chiefs. I like Pat Mahomes throwing to him. I don't trust Tua. I understand there's a lot of hype in the media. Tyreek saying, well, hey, listen, Tua's the guy, this and that. I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold because they've got a wide receiver 1 in Jalen Waddle. I can't believe both these guys are coming off top 13 picks amongst wide receivers. One of them is going to decline. Now, if you look at Jalen Waddle's stats last year, 141 targets, 104 receptions, 6 touchdowns. They also got Gesicki there who's going to be catching the ball. So how is Tyreek, copied and pasted from last year, going to finish with the same amount of points as last year? They had 159 targets last year, 9 touchdowns, 1,239 yards. He doesn't have Pat Mahomes. Maybe he could finish with those numbers, but I kind of like Brandon Cooks' odds better. Now, the Texans not the most sexy team when you're looking at fantasy football, but Davis Mills, if you look at his efficiency in the games that he played, was more efficient than guys like Zach Wilson. Even, the only guy that was a little more efficient, I looked at the stats, was Mac Jones. But this guy, if he was a rookie this year, would be the number 1 quarterback coming off the board. That's why the Texans, even though they had early draft capital, did not invest in a quarterback. They believe in Davis Mills. Davis Mills is going to get a chance this year, and that's what I'd like to see. He's going to be efficient. I don't see a high ceiling for Davis Mills, but I definitely see efficiency, all right? So Cooks is going to be his number 1. Now, they got Nico Collins there. They've also got in John Mechie. If you look up John Mechie, great talent, guys, out of college. So Davis Mills is going to be the guy. Now, I'm going to take a look at the stats here for Brandon Cooks last year. Again, this is hard to go by because we're comparing it to last year. This year is going to be totally different. I think he does actually better this year, does Brandon Cooks, okay? So Brandon Cooks last year, guys, and he's the wide receiver 1. Again, John Mechie could step up. But again, is he going to step up right off the bat? Probably not. This is a guy that's coming off ACL tear. So it's going to take him a while to get into the groove. But John Mechie, a stash in fantasy rosters. Brandon Cooks last year, Okay, when you look at him game by game, not the greatest. He had a 22-pointer near the end of the season, 12-pointer. His targets are there. He's going to get around 10 to 12 targets a game. Again, didn't have the greatest year last year, but I'm expecting around 12 to 15 targets a game. And again, he's the wide receiver one with no real competition unless Michi steps up. So back to my bold prediction here. Brandon Cooks could beat Tyreek Hill in fantasy points. I'm elaborating a little bit statistically here, but I definitely think the upside is there. Mills could take a step up, and he's got a dedicated wide receiver one, unless John Michi, of course, steps up. Nico Collins, I'm not really sold on, okay? Bold prediction number 2. Let's dive into this. Dalvin Cook will finish outside the top 20 in fantasy points. He is currently sitting 4th in PPR right now, and he will get injured catastrophically. Listen, this guy's had it. Joe, how are you predicting injuries? How are you so mean to these wide receivers? Why are you such a mean guy? Listen, this guy's not finished the season his entire career. He's not going to finish the season yet again, guys. 4th in PPR right now. The guy's guaranteed to miss 3 to 4 games. I think more this year. Again, he's had some Cinderella seasons past couple weeks, only missing 2-3 games. That's unlike Cook. If you look at the first 2 seasons, this guy missed pretty much the entire season, or at least more than 6-7 games. So Dalvin Cook, catastrophic injury or just complete decline, just failure for Dalvin Cook. He's going to completely bust outside the top 20, not investing a 4th overall top 5 pick on Dalvin Cook. 4th in PPR amongst running backs. Ludicrous, okay? Number 3, Kenneth Walker, okay? Rookie, guys, Seattle Seahawks running back. Drafted early, I think 2nd round by the Seattle Seahawks. Will finish top 10 amongst running backs. Currently sitting 35th. This guy has the potential to finish top 10 if Chris Carson retires, which he should. He's got a plate in his neck, a metal plate. Not good. Definitely not good. So Ken Walker has an opportunity to be the one. Rashad Penny is not good. You can say that Rashad Penny had that run near the end of the season. It's only because he played crappy teams. Take a look at who he played. The one game he played against the Rams, he averaged 2.9 yards per carry, had a crappy game. The other matchups were like Detroit, Houston, stuff like that, right? Kenneth Walker. In comes Kenneth Walker, the rookie. Obviously, Seattle believe in him. Obviously, they know Chris Carson's probably going to retire. Maybe he has by the end of this, by the time of this recording, you're listening to it. But the deal is, man, Ken Walker is that full workhorse potential running back. He did it in college. Can do it again. Better than Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny's not good. Guys, I can't tell you this enough. He's not a good running back. All right? He had a good run. He got the volume near the end of the season. That's it. He's, again, years to wow us. We're not wowed. Ken's the guy to go with. And even if it's a committee, you're going to get 200 plus attempts out of Ken Walker. Has the potential to finish top 10. That's my bold prediction. All right? Bold prediction number 4. Austin Eckler will finish outside the top 20 as well. So I'm adding to my Dalvin Cook shot there. Eckler, who's sitting 3rd in PPR amongst running backs right now, will completely bust. Why is that? Well, let's take a look at his stats last year, guys. 12 touchdowns on the ground. His entire career, he did not equal 12 touchdowns. He had like 9 touchdowns over 3 or 4 years of his entire career. And he had 12 in one season. Very unlikely he's going to duplicate those numbers. I'm going to caution on the side of history and go with the side of history and say that he's not a full workhorse running back. Now, he's good. He's dedicated. He loves fantasy. I get that. And it is what it is. But I'm telling you this, okay? I'm not investing in him. You guys can invest in him. I'm not. Now, he recently blocked me again on Instagram. I have no idea why. Like, I don't care. But the point I'm trying to make is this guy is just weird. Like, the guy blocked me because I didn't believe in him, and he busted the first year that he played when I said he was going to bust, when people were high on him. Then he came back, had a good year. I'm like, hey, man, congrats to you. Then he unblocked me, and then now he blocks me again. What a weirdo this guy is. I just went up, because people were sending me a picture of Austin Eckler squatting, I don't know, 1,000 pounds or something like that. They were texting me this image or a video. I'm like, I can't see this. And then I go, look, he's like, who is this? They're like, Austin Eckler. I go look up Austin Eckler. I can't see his profile. So for some reason, I didn't say anything bad. He blocked me. And now you're saying, well, Joe, that's why you're giving this bold prediction is going to finish outside the top 20 because you're hating on him again. No, I genuinely think he's going to finish outside the top 20. Pinnacle year last year. They brought in Isaiah Spiller. Isaiah Spiller is there for that goal line work. I'm not sold on Austin Eckler finishing again, guys. I'm not where he finished last year. Just there's no way. I don't see it. It's not going to happen. I'm going to fade him completely. Had a pinnacle year, finishing 2nd, but he only had 206 attempts, guys. So under 1,000 yards, okay? He was very touchdown heavy, which that's going to regress with Spiller there and coming off a pinnacle season. And I think they'll throw more. And the 8 receiving touchdowns, very, very high decline coming, okay? Outside the top 20, bold prediction. Bold prediction number 5, okay? This is a good one here. Jerry Jeudy and or Cortland Sutton will finish top 10 amongst wide receivers. Now, I'm leaning, I have to make a decision here. Who is the wide receiver one? I had the beat writer Tony Rink on. He thinks Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Judy's great talent, better route runner, better hands. I'm going Jerry Jeudy here, okay? And I think he's going to have that rapport there much better with Russell Wilson. Both guys been working in the offseason. Jeudy sitting 26th, Sutton sitting 20th. You know, I'm gonna give you a bold prediction within a bold prediction, okay? And that's coming later, okay? But let me hint at it right now because I have a similar bold prediction later. But I think Jerry Jeudy and Sutton can beat some of the top wide receiver cores. Okay, I think they can beat the Tyreek Hill and Waddle core. But the main focus I'm going with here is Jeudy and Sutton. One of them, I think Jeudy will finish top 10 amongst wide receivers. That's my bold prediction. All right, guys. And again, Sheepsis are sleeping on them big time. Number 6, bold prediction, Drake London, the first wide receiver off the board, 8th pick overall. Atlanta Falcons will finish as a top 10 wide receiver. He's being completely slept on. He's like, I don't know what he's sitting on the Concheapsis. I'm not even going to pull up the Concheapsis right now. I think he's like 40th on the Concheapsis rankings amongst wide receivers. Absolutely ludicrous for a guy, ultra elite talent, red zone target, no other wide receiver there. Drake London, guys, bold prediction, could finish top 10 amongst wide receivers. Absolutely love the opportunity here. Love the talent. Love everything about him. High draft capital. They've got Kyle Pitts there, but he's a tight end. He's going to get volume, no doubt. But Drake London, I know the quarterback is suspect with Mariota. I get it, but he's going to eat, believe me, all right? Number 7, bold prediction number 7, Alec Pierce and Christian Watson. Hear me out here. Alec Pierce, rookie. Okay, second round pick, I believe, by the Colts. One of the best pure deep threat receivers out of this draft class. Big guy, 6'3", 200 plus pounds. Alec Pierce on the Colts with Matt Ryan throwing to him. And Christian Watson, okay? Christian Watson was the first pick wide receiver by the Packers. Big body receiver, prime target for Aaron Rodgers. This is a very bold prediction. But one or both, I'm going to say both, will emerge as the wide receiver one on their teams, because I'm not sold on Pittman being a true one, and I'm not sold on Lazard being a true one. They've got the rapport with the quarterbacks, not so much Pittman because he didn't have Ryan last year, but Rodgers has that rapport with Lazard. Lazard could easily be the one, but Alec Pierce and Christian Watson could potentially outdo these guys in fantasy points and be the wide receiver one. That's the potential I have. Love these guys. You could draft them as wide receiver ones in your mind, and they could go off, okay? Both great value. Both sitting like, Alec Pierce is like 97th amongst wide receiver rankings, totally being slept on. People are drafting Paris Campbell on him. Paris Campbell couldn't finish a game to save his life. And Christian Watson, I mean, like, they obviously believe in him. They need a wide receiver, 169 freed up targets with Adams gone. No-brainer for me. He's a plug and play. There's no one else there that's good. You know, Watkins, like, what has he done? I think he's just a prop on the field. He's not good. Watson will emerge. All right. Number 8, here's an interesting one. Back sticking on the Watson-Lazard thing. Lazard is sitting 46th on the consensus rankings. Alan Lazard, 46th amongst wide receivers, and Christian Watson, 69, will combine for more fantasy points. Listen to this, than Tyreek Hill, who's sitting 8th, and Waddle, who's sitting 16th amongst wide receivers. Lazard and Watson will combine for more fantasy points than Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and they are going way after. Like I said, Watson 69th on the consensus rankings. Lazard is 46th. You're getting, if you draft one of those, you're potentially getting a wide receiver one on your team for an absolute steal. But people are investing a first, early second round on Tyreek Hill, a third round, fourth round on Waddle. What a waste of a pick. With a suspect Tua, Miami Dolphins offense, give me Aaron Rodgers receivers over those guys. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. I always make sure this year that I have either a Lazard or a Watson. I've been leaning a little bit more towards Watson, but man, what amazing value. All right, guys. Now, also, number 9 here, okay? I'm sticking on, I keep picking on Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I can't help it. I just can't stand these guys being so overinflated this year. Jalen Waddle, bold prediction, will finish with more fantasy points than Tyreek Hill. What made Tyreek Hill the one? Okay, he's better. He's the wide receiver one. He's a better player. He's faster, blah, blah, but barely. Waddle is a great player, right? Barely a wide receiver one over Waddle. Waddle was the wide receiver one. He has that rapport. Statistically, last year, Waddle had 141 targets. He was the wide receiver one. Why would he take a back seat? He's younger. He's more dynamic. Why would he take a back seat to Tyreek Hill? This is anybody's ball game, right? Last year, if you look at Waddle, 141 targets, 104 receptions, 1,000 yards in his rookie season, and 6 touchdowns, okay? So who's to say that Waddle is going to take a back seat? He was a first-round pick, 6th overall out of Alabama. Miami picked him in 2021 draft. They invested high draft capital in him, right? Who's to say he's going to take a back seat? Just by default, we're just going to draft Tyreek Hill, assuming that he's going to get 159 targets based on last year? No, I'm not going to do that. That's why I'm fading both of these guys because, I'm just too expensive for both. But again, if I get Waddle, Tyreek's going to be a threat there. If I get Tyreek, Waddle's going to be a threat there. I'm just going to fade both these guys, especially early draft capital. Waddle finishes with more points than Tyreek Hill, bold prediction. And number 10, bold prediction here. This is the decline. And again, this is going to be a bold prediction. I could be completely wrong. Could be his best year. Travis Kelce, who's been on top pretty much for the past 5-6 years as the number 1 wide receiver, will completely bust. And I'm predicting either an injury or a major regression or something happens that pushes this guy outside the top 10. Now, this is the year where you want to say Kelce would emerge more than anybody else because Tyreek is gone. More volume to Kelce. I think this is the year as a bold prediction. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I still like Kelce as a second-round value. But as a bold prediction, guys, I'm saying it right now. This is the decline and the fall of Travis Kelce. That's my prediction. All right, guys? Bold prediction, guys. You're allowed to make bold predictions. You're allowed to have opinions these days, whether you agree or disagree. All right, guys? That's my bold prediction. Now, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Get the 16-round draft solution. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let me know if you agree or disagree with these bold predictions. Love to get your feedback, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe. I'm out.